Hola a todos y bienvenidos a un video de YouTube en el que tengo la dicha de poder contarles que entrevisté a Tomaszy, un jugador profesional de Portugal, un chico súper talentoso, tiene apenas 17 años y bueno, en esta entrevista lo que hicimos fue platicar con él acerca de cómo empezó a jugar, lo que él piensa acerca del juego, cosas un poco personales, ya lo verán, está súper interesante y súper bueno, así que por favor quédense hasta el final de la entrevista, se los agradecería un montón, ya que estuvo muy buena y pues nada, espero que le dejen un buen like al video y todas esas cosas y pues disfruten de la entrevista. Chau. How are you? How are you feeling today?
Uh, I'm feeling good. Firstly, because I'm on this interview, and I want to thank you for the invite. It's always a pleasure to give interviews, and yep, let's do this.
Thank you so much. Well, I want to start with like your gaming background. How did you like started in joining gaming? What was like your first game? When did you realize that you enjoyed gaming, like in a casual way, not in any professional?
Okay, I started when I was 6. My brother, my older brother, played CS 1.6, and I was always seeing playing, and I was like always annoying him. Install me the game, please, please. And I started playing 1.6 on a laptop, and then I bought a CS:GO, and yep, I enjoyed like a lot. I played so much time, like 1.6 versus bots, CS:GO, and yep. Then I changed to Valorant, and yep, I'm here right now. It's like
So
basically that.
you have like all your gaming background is an FPS, right? You started in CS:GO, and were you good?
Uh,
Like we know you're good at Valorant, but were you
I
good
mean,
on CS?
I played on the Portuguese scene. I have 13 years old, and like in terms of like aiming and shooting, I think I was like pretty good for the Portuguese scene. But in the other parts, like thinking on the game, I was really bad, I think. But in Valorant, I had the both things good, I think. So yeah, it's basically that.
I will go ahead and talk with you and give give you questions about Valorant and like more things about going deeper about being a pro, like uh,
Okay, okay.
after. But I want to ask first, how was the transition between being a casual gamer to like started taking it like seriously, like being a pro?
Okay, I think when you're a casual gamer, I felt that difference when I joined Rebels in this year, because I wasn't like so much professional in Portugal, and when I joined Rebels, it was like a surprise, like a gigant surprise. Like on professional level, it's like your job. You wake up, you play Valorant, you watch VODs, you read Valorant, and I was not expecting, and it was like a enormous gigant surprise. So I suffered a lot, but it was like the best experience I had in Valorant. So it's good because changed me a lot as a player and as a person inside the game and outside.
When you started playing CS and at a very young age, uh, did you saw yourself like being a professional gamer? Was that a dream for you, or you were like just playing for having a good time or something?
Okay, that's a good question because I think on my friends, like my friends they play Valorant, League of Legends, like every game, and I don't know if they think like they want to be professionals or not. So
Mhm,
like it's hard to think because I don't remember myself. Like I played because I liked it. Like
mhm.
I woke up, I play, I slept. It was like a routine. But right now, of course, like I have a dream to be like the number one and yeah, the best I can.
And that is
That's
something
it.
like as a young pro that you are, you have a very long career in front of you, and it's interesting how to um, someone like your age being that good and being in that a high level competition, how that affect like your mental is you think that being that young is better for you, or you think that mentally you can be stronger, or your teammates, that some of them are actually older than you, they help you like to grow this mental strength?
Um, like for being younger, I think my mental is not really good in terms of my teammates. Like they help me a lot. Principally, Bati, my IGL, he helps me a lot, and I respect him like so much because of that. Because sometimes I'm annoying because like I'm a kid, um, and he helps me really like a lot. But being this age is good because it's a time to make these mistakes. Because when
Yes.
like with my 1920s, I will be like the perfect. Like I will not have this example like toxic problems. Imagine if I die, I scream like examples. So p- having these problems with this age, I think is the best age to have them. Because when you get older, you will be perfect. Like mm, full focus on the game, zero toxicity, and just trying to help your team. And that's like Bati. He's teaching me that like so well. So I respect him so much about that.
Yes, and that's something very interesting actually, because I think that exactly how you said it is like how I think about it. You're really young, and you're in the age like you have and you can make some mistakes that maybe if you were older you won't be like permitted to do it, right? Like, because you have a lot of things to learn in the way, and you're very young, and you will, and I'm sure you will. Um, Going back like to your starts in gaming, um, you said like your older brother introduced you to gaming, and when this became even more a serious thing, like a professional thing, how did your parents took it? Like, because actually in my personal experience, I'm not close to be a professional. I'm actually bad, but I um, put a lot of time because I love gaming. I have always loved gaming, and when I was young, my mom was like, "Hey, what are you doing all this time, like playing?" Did you have these conversations with your parents before?
Mm, the parents situation is like hard for every young kid in the professional area and the gaming, because like I think of myself, I got offers like for example Rebels
Mhm.
and other teams, like professional offers, and like it's really hard to explain them like how big they are. It's like really hard. My brother kind of helps me, but I think my parents, they support me a lot. They support me like a lot. Imagine if I need to go to a LAN here in Portugal, they take me like to the LAN. They support me. But one thing, they always like are annoying me, and I agree with them. But it's kind of hard. It's like about the school, because in Portugal, like we don't have, how can I say it, protocols between professional gaming and school.
Yes.
So like I'm not full time in the games. Like I have school. So I need to take like good grades. I need to play Valorant, and it's like really hard. And my parents, they support me on Valorant, but they want me to have good grades and focus on the school like at the same time. It's hard, but like I try to do it. So yeah, it's basically
Yeah,
that.
and actually, that is one topic that I wanted to ask you further about. Um, how do you complain, and how do you make it work with your responsibilities outside the server and inside the server? I will go ahead and ask you about it eventually when we go to it, but I want to ask you about how before this interview started, you told me that you were practicing with the team, and I have always been a little bit curious about how is this practice when you are at the high level. You always, I mean, you personally train to be better, like aiming, like being smarter, thinking more about the game, but how is it like a practice in being a professional level? Do you practice every day, 3 times a week? How do you make it?
Like in my situation in Arroz right now, um, we have like for example Monday to Tuesday and Wednesday. We prac like just like afternoon, from like 6 the Portuguese time, like 6. It's really like short time because of my school, because like they adapt for me. My team is adapting for my schedule on school, so like I appreciate them. Thanks for that. But it's really hard because like for example I don't have time to play ranked in the week because I need to go to bed because I have school tomorrow. I just have time like to prac, maybe watch some VODs, do some theoretical um, experiences with the team. But for ranked, imagine deathmatch, aim labs, whatever, Kovacs, whatever, I don't have time for that because like I need to study, to wake up early, to play pracs. Like I don't have like so much time, so like it's really hard. It's basically that.
And about training, what part do you enjoy the most? Like, do you enjoy like practicing with the team? Like, do you enjoy like watching bots? Do you enjoy the most like theoric part about it? What part of the practice do you enjoy the most?
The It's like the part when we, for example, when we test like a new comp,
Mhm.
and I'm playing like for example a new agent. I enjoy that like a lot because we are testing new things and it's really funny because we are not used to do it. And yep, it's fun. I enjoy it a lot. But watching VODs, I think it's kind of underrated because people, it's boring. I know I'm just watching people playing. No, like you're watching the best people, or maybe you playing like your VOD, and you are like getting better. So it's kind of boring, but you need to do it to get better. It's my opinion.
Yeah, it's like learning from your own mistakes, watching your own
Yep, yep.
mistakes, and learning
Exactly.
from them. Talking about compositions, I know, and I have seen you and your games, and your role has been like duelists mainly, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
But I can see here in your VLR profile that you sometimes play also some other roles like Sentinel with Killjoy, and I see even a game with Cypher. How do you uh, like change the play style when you play with other roles like are not like that aggressive or that needs you to be like that entry or making that initial kill? How do you make the change between the both roles?
It's kind of hard because like in some situations I'm playing like with Killjoy or Cypher, and I want like more picks, like to be more aggressive, but like I cannot, and I'm trying to learn that. But like it's more easy, like it's easier, because when the games launched like in beta, my main was like Cypher. I played Sentinel. It's like my favorite role, but I played Duelist. So my main roles are Sentinel and Duelist. So I'm kind of used to it. So it's kind of easy. But of course, like imagine I'm playing Ian, I can kill 1, 2, and I can go for the third maybe. But if I'm playing Killjoy, like I have mollies, I have turret watching behind, I have alarm bot. I cannot play so much aggressive like an Ian or Yoru, Phoenix, whatever, Jet. You understand, right?
Yeah,
It's basically that.
and that's interesting because I every time I see you playing in officials, I see you're very comfortable with the duelist role, and I wouldn't imagine that you would prefer to play very more passive roles like sentinels. And this is actually curious to hear. Did you made it to the duelist role by talking with the team because they saw like you have a huge firepower, or like how do you end up playing this role in professional games? And even though you enjoy better playing not duelist.
Okay, that's a really good question. In the when we create Rush, I was flex role. I played Kaio, Sage, like the flex roles,
Mm-hmm.
and Davi H was a duelist. So Davi played with Jet, I played Kaio, and the maps we played with two duelists. I took like the second one, but one day Bati comes and says, "Okay, we are changing, guys. We are putting Davi H on flex and Thomas on duelist and works perfectly because like I know how to play duelist, Davi H2, but Davi is a better flex than me because like I want to play aggressive, like I'm a kid, like I'm kind of stupid, if you know what I mean. So I have like some plays that people are not expecting. So that's like what a duelist needs, and it's basically that. Like I'm used to play duelist, Davi, it's better flex, and we change, and yeah, it's like that. I play ranks with duelist. Yeah, it's basically it.
Yeah, that's it. It's very interesting that you made it like that way. And I actually curious about something else. When you told me earlier that your friends play too,
Mhm.
is the how do your friends and how do you manage to be the professional player and the managing to sometimes you want to play with your friends, you know, and your friends want to play
Yep,
with you,
yep,
and I suppose that they are not radiants, you know.
yeah, yeah, I
Maybe one of
understand.
them. How do you manage that, and how do your friends watch you? Do they like? I mean, I am sure that they follow you and cheer for you in your games. But how is this relationship with your friends when you are a professional player?
Okay. I mean, like, I love my friends because of that. Like, they're always asking me when you play. I want to watch you play. Like, they play Valorant. They ask me, oh, what should I do here? I'm playing Razor Bind. Like, I love them. Like, they're always watching my game, cheering for me, like for a rush. And like, I want to play with them a lot. So we play a game that like we can all play. We play CS:GO together, like everyone, like 5 stack. So like, and I enjoy a lot, like because I'm playing with my friends. Like it's really fun. But for example, Valorant, I cannot play with them. But imagine I'm playing ranked. I go to the Discord, I stream for them, and like they're watching, they're like talking to me, we're having fun. But like it's when they are playing like 5 stack, they're like diamond, plat, I watch them and I like try to help them, and yeah, we have a lot of fun because they do things that like I love, and yeah, it's basically that. But that's a really good question. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, in ranks and playing 5 stack when the levels are like very different. I mean, you are a radiant and you have uh, friends that are not as good or maybe are trying their best, right? And do you like coach them when you when they play? They reach out to you to, hey, Thomas, can you help me being better? Do you help them or?
Yeah, I always try to help the people that ask me like for help because I want to help everyone because if I was on that like their situation, if I ask, imagine their caps from Fnatic, hey, can you help me? Like, what should I do? I want me like to their caps say to me, yes, you should do it like to help me. So like I will help everyone. Like if I want me to the other person do it to me, I will do it. Like it's like I mean it's me. Like I don't know.
That's nice. And going back to the competition, you told me, and I mean, I can see that you have your last game, not the last one, but the one before, you play against rebels.
Yes.
Like, how did you? And you have been played with rebels before. How was it? Do you enjoy playing against them, or do you enjoy playing with them?
Both. When I was on Rebels, I loved the experience, and I like I stand in for him because Vukasho cannot play like the LVP, so I stand in. And like in the end, when I arrived Portugal, like I thought, and the staff, like the Rebel staff, are like I liked everyone. Everyone was so kind to me. Were like always like trying to help me. I need something, they help me. My teammates, Linksy, Gads, Johnny, like the Portuguese one, principal, Kami, like with the coach, Tinder, like I liked everyone. They helped me a lot. Of course, I suffer a little bit, but like it's part of the experience. But yeah, when I play with them, I enjoyed. Unfortunately, I lost, but it's fine. It's always experience to learn, to get better, and maybe next time when I face them, I will win. And yeah, it's okay. But yeah, I enjoy both playing with them and versus them. It's always good.
And it is a very interesting situation to be in. How did you react, and what was your what was your reaction when they reached out to you and tell you like they wanted you to be a stand-in? What crossed your head?
Uh, I got like really happy, but I tried with Rebels. Like I played them like a stand-in. It was like the third offer the second offer, because I got in January, in this January. I tried for Rebels, but I couldn't like stay because of my school. I don't have like schedule to be like in full-time teams. But yeah, I was really happy. They talked to me. I was in vacation from school. That was perfect. Immediately when I received a message, I talked with my parents. I said, "Mom, Dad, um, I've offer to go to Spain, and I'll play the semifinals of LVP." I like try to explain everything with my brother helps, and they okay, yes, we'll help you. Let's go. And yep, it was my first time to be like in the plane alone, and I enjoyed a lot. It was really fun.
That was like for sure a really nice experience for you. And what do you think that you learned for that stand-in? Do you have a lot of things you learn, and did you how did you apply that to the play style you have?
Okay, I learned a lot on Rebels. For Vukasho, he teach me a lot. But yeah, everyone helped me a lot. I learned like a lot. For example, when I came back for Arroz, I tried to teach a lot of things that I learned, and that's why we are getting better and better, like as a team and individual. So yeah, I think Rebels overall it was a really good experience. But for example, on things that I learned, playing Killjoy, it was like one thing. Vukasho teach me like how to play Killjoy in certain maps. So yeah, and that helped me like a lot, because for example on Icebox we play like with the same comp as Rebels plays, with Killjoy, Chamber, etc. And I try to like say my opinion about the game, and we combine those opinions like the Rose and Rebels, and you create like a game plan that is really good because of the two learnings, like the two knowledge, if you know what I mean. It's
Yeah,
basically that.
yeah. And how that I mean, you are now playing in a high level. Actually, you won the Portuguese regional league, and actually, congratulations, you made it MVP, right?
No. I mean, the last split, yeah, Rose won. I was on Rebels, but yeah, I played with them, but they took a stand in. But yeah, basically we won. Now recently we won the cup, the Portuguese cup, and tomorrow we are playing the playoffs. And if we win, we are in the finals of the Portuguese league, the Portuguese league. But yeah, we are in the first place now. We are in the playoffs. If we win, we go to the finals, and the finals we play on LAN. And yeah, if we win, we are the champions. But yeah,
Talking,
in the first split, Rose. Yeah.
yes, talking about LAN, um, I saw you on the last LAN game you had. You looked like comfortable. And where do you feel more comfortable, playing LAN or playing online?
uh, Being honest, I feel more comfortable playing online. Being honest, because it's not because like of the people watching. It's because of firstly my computer, like the conditions. Because like we are playing in home, you are completely used to it. Like it's your computer, your FPS, like your monitor, like it's perfect. Like in LAN, it's not your computer, your monitor, like. But of course, you can get comfortable on LAN, but it's not the same. So I prefer to play online. Yeah.
I'm talking about like your setup on your computer. Uh, Now I assume you have like 240 hertz, like the mouse you want, the keyboard you want. Now that you are at this level, but when you first started like playing or start competing, do you really think like hardware can make a player better or worse? And what was your PC and the hardware you had when you first started?
Okay, they were like not really good, but like like I can like I think like the computer is like the most important.
Hmm.
I mean, of course, your keyboard, your mouse. Like if you play with imagine Microsoft, it's not good. If you like Logitech, I mean, SteelSeries, Razer, with a proper hardware to gaming, like can be like the cheapest one, but it's good. Like you just need to get used to it. Um, but yeah, I think that the time changes. So in the time I started, I had not like the best like hardware to play, but like I can play. Like it was like good. Like I can shoot. I like
Yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
rateable. Like for the time, it wasn't bad. It was that it wasn't bad.
you made it,
So
so
yeah,
it was not that bad, right?
yeah, yeah, basically.
um, I have another question. As I told before, you're really young. You're 17, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Um, what would you say to other youngsters that are trying to compete or that their dreams is to be a professional player?
Okay, first, the most important, respect everyone. Respect. You made a mistake. Listen and respect. Like respect your teammates is the most important, and like don't stop grinding. Just try to put time, like grind, but don't forget about like the school, like about your family, about your friends. They're like really important because they will support you in your choices, but you cannot forget them. Like you cannot like stay at the PC for 24 hours playing. Like it's not like healthy. But of course you can grind, you can have friends, you can go out, you can have fun. But yeah, respect, grind. Um, don't grind like too much. But I think is that. I mean, of course you can. Let me think. Uh, Respect. Um, okay, you need to like your friends in the gaming. You don't want to be toxic. Play with toxic people. If you know like if you know what I mean. Like you want to be like you want to play with good reference. Like you want to have good friends in the game. So you not get like toxic. Like insulting everyone. Like that's not good. Like that's not good. So like be careful like in the choices you make. In the gaming. So yeah, it's that.
And that's interesting because I have always thought about the competitive bubble, and when there are so much players like that are really good, and how the ego can
Mm-hmm,
affect a
mm-hmm,
player. Have you ever been in a situation? I don't want you to give me any name.
mm-hmm.
But have you been in a situation when you are playing like with someone you admire or someone like you said, "Oh my God, I will learn a lot from him or from her," and you end up uh, in a situation when he is like flaming or he has a really high ego or he's being really toxic, and how was your situation in that?
I think yeah, happened me one time on Counter Strike, but like in the conclusion, like having ego. I mean, I'm not talking about like having ego. It's good, but not that ego that you are talking like insulting, being toxic. But you need to have ego, like because ego is something that is good, but in the controlled way. If you know what I
Like
mean, like
confidence,
you need to
right?
control your ego. Like yeah, ego you can use for confidence inside the game, like
Mm-hmm.
in your gameplay. Like not like imagine in social media. Like imagine if you win versus I don't know versus a Portuguese team, for example. You cannot go like to Twitter like oh my god insulting them. I'm so much like I'm so much like I'm better than you like or playing rankeds and insulting people. Like it's not good. Like it's not good at all. But having ego, like the confidence to use in your individual gameplay, it's like really good, really good. And I suffered like a problem like myself when I played CS:GO in the beginning of Valorant. I like that ego, the bad ego. like being toxic and etc. But I changed a lot because of my friends, because of my good relationships that I created on Valorant. And right now, I just use the ego to get confidence in the gameplay. Like I'm not insulting my teammates, I'm not insulting my friends. I'm not going to Twitter and saying like bullshit like to anyone. So yeah, I think the people will learn. Like it's I think yeah.
Yeah, and eventually, if you are like being disrespectful and using the ego in a bad way, you are doing nothing but closing doors, right?
Of course, exactly. Of
As you
course.
said, no one wants to play with a toxic player. No one wants to play with someone like is not giving you a good time, and that's something I want to talk about. The balance between taking it like really, really, really seriously, like the job it is, and the other part, because it's not being professional doesn't make it not a game, right? Not something to have fun. How do you find the balance between having fun while you play and between that and being like a professional and taking it like the most serious as you can?
Okay, I think being a professional player is not easy. That people think, okay, you sit in your chair, you just play the game, and yeah, it's easy for you. No, being professional, I think it's not easy. Like you need to have like a really strong mental, like really strong mental, because in sometimes, as I said, it's work. You need to be full focused, no joking. It's like a work. But of course, you can have fun. Like if you really like, if you really love what you're doing, you are always having fun. But you are
Mm-hmm.
not thinking, oh, okay, I'm having fun. No, you are having fun, but you don't know like you are having, because when you are having fun, and if you think, okay, I'm having fun right now, like the fun like stops right there,
Yeah.
because you are playing, you are focused, you win, and like for example, the Koi game when we play like versus Koi,
Mm-hmm.
like when we won the game, when I did like the ace, like I was so happy. Right now, I think like that adrenaline that I got from that game, it was like so insane. Like I won, and oh my, like in the night I was so tired. It's like so tired, like because of like screaming of happiness. Um, just like a really happy moment. But yeah, you need to be professional. But being professional, if you really love what are you doing, you are being happy.
Yeah.
It's my opinion.
And that is a nice way to think about, right? Because are not you are having fun without realizing you are having fun, right? Because you are doing what you like. And that is interesting. And now you said about the koi game, you popped off that game. You were like flying, and you had a really, really, really good game right there. And you said about that game because that was like the best game you remember, or what was like the best and the worst play game you have had?
I remember the Kai game because I did like an ace in the last round,
Mm-hmm.
and like it was like insane, like
Close the game.
fucking insane. I don't know, like close the game with ace, like it was insane. But the best game, like I don't know, it's really hard. But probably recently, hmm, maybe when I won like the Portuguese Cup, I think like the recently, I think it was that. But like in the worst is really hard too. Like,
I mean, you have been winning more than losing, and this may be.
yeah, too. But maybe a few time ago when we lost like the first journey in the Portuguese league, like in March or something. Maybe the first. I don't really remember, but I think I
Yeah.
think it was that.
Um, and talking about like more uh, personalities in Valorant. Valorant is pretty new game. It has like 3 years, I think, more or less. I think it will have like a lot of growth in the next years. And who is a player that you look up for? Someone you said like, maybe I don't want, maybe not like I want to be like him, but like a reference, like the play style, the the something you used to learn about? Who is a player that you would think that is the best one and the one you look for?
Okay, that's a really hard question. Really hard because I have like so much reference. I don't know. Can I say like three maybe? I don't know.
Yeah,
Like it.
go ahead.
Okay. First that I follow since Counter Strike is a Turkish player, Aslan Machado. He's
Aslan,
from
yes.
BBL. Aslan Machado. Second maybe Derke from Fnatic,
Mhm.
and the third, like I really love the Turkish players and the Turkish community. I'm really fan of that. Um, maybe Alfire. I think I'll go to Alfire right now.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
actually, I find some things you have in common because Alphayer also make this flex between Duelist and Sentinel with Killjoy in
exactly,
Icebox.
exactly.
Um, that is actually nice. I think that the Turkish scene and the Turkish players are insane. Like, and they have been insane in FPS since CS. And if you could make like a 5 team, like your superstar team, you can be included or not. Which roster would you make up?
But with like American players, every
Anywhere,
region or
anywhere. Yeah, like the team
okay,
that you say this team will run over any team in the world.
okay. For I'm not including myself, but okay for IGL we put. Okay, let me think. Okay, let me just search a little bit, like to be sure.
Yes, yes.
But we put maybe. We put maybe no. Okay. Okay. We put Derke from Fnatic, like Chamber maybe. Um. Okay, we put Sassy from Loud. Okay. Um. I think Sassy can IGL. No. It's no. Never mind. Okay, we put Forsaken
Mm-hmm.
from Paper X
It's
Duelist.
insane.
3. Okay, Forsaken, Derke, Sassy. We can put Mind Freak or Pancada as smokes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe right now Pancada, I think. And the last one, like a flex role, we put. Oh, it's so hard. It's so much like good players as flex. I'll choose. I'll choose. I'll choose maybe Leo from Fnatic right now. I don't know, uh,
You
or
you
Crashes. I don't know.
you look up a lot for Fnatic. Is this like personal preference, or maybe do you uh, just look for them like for the players? Like in fact,
I think Fnatic. I think Derke. I think like he's insane. He's like one of the best players in the world.
yes,
Playing like Raze, Jets, everything. And I think Fnatic is doing like right now we're doing like the best lineup. Putting Leo and Chronicle. I think they're like two flex players. They're like the best in the Europe region. They're really good, and we have Derke, Alfire, and both. Like, it's completely insane. But yeah, I'm looking for Fnatic players first because I am a Derke fan, but I think like he's insane. He proved a lot, like in Masters Champions.
yes.
And I'm choosing Leo because I think Leo is really consistent, like on Guild and now on Fnatic. I think like he's not that flex player that he kills 10 or he kills 30, but he's always doing like a perfect game. It's insane, like doing his role like as always.
Yes, I think he's insane with the initiators. He is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And going a little bit backwards to your time in Rebels, and Rebels being international roster and using English as communication, you're now in a national team where all your teammates and yourself are Portuguese. Do you find it like harder, and how do you prefer to have a national team like with everyone communicating in their native language, or do you prefer having like 5 players from different nationalities, different native languages that are all insane but having to communicate in English?
I think every player from his region, I think, wants to play with 4 players at the same region. Like I'm Portuguese, I want to play with 4 Portuguese players and try to get like the far we can. I think it's a dream for every player. I think because like firstly you are playing with people that are from your country, like you are and you are talking the same language. Unlike like the relation like talking like English or my native language, I think it's obviously because I think it's easy to talk our language, but on rivals I don't feel like the difference. Um because on rivals I didn't my function like my role like wasn't like to talk so much. So like I just said like simple things. So I didn't feel like anything. But yeah, of course I prefer to play with native players. I think.
Yeah, and that's something that have been like on the pro scene, not let's not say Valo, on the pro scene for a while, and actually Carlos Ocelote, the ex CEO of G2, some time ago said like the players are used to talking English when they're pracking, when they're like playing Face It in the case of CS, when they're playing ranked on Valo, they are always communicating in English, and it must be like something. If you want to be in a pro play, you must have to be like this perk to say like in a way to communicate in English. And I think that it is actually important, right? To be
Mhm.
able to communicate in English, to and this maybe opens the door like to be in other and bigger teams, right? Like if you didn't talk English, maybe rebels wouldn't like hit you up and ask you for a standing, right?
Exactly. I think like the English that I learn, like it's playing games, communicating on Faceit, on CS:GO. Like we learn a lot from games. Like we learn a lot of English from games. I think like the people, like the outside people from esports, like they don't know how much you can learn like on games. And yeah, like the communication that I learned, it's like playing ranked. Playing Imagine 5 stacks with English people, like people using using English. Yeah, I learned like of course school helps me, but the 1.6 CS:GO Valorant, talking with other players, Faceit, etc., helps me a lot, like really a lot. And getting out of your comfortable zone, that is like talking your native, uh, being like obligating you like talking other language like English, it's really good because in the future, like you talked, rebels for example, I was like prepared like to talk in English with them. So yeah.
Yes. And I have a question. Like this is a question I have like, and I have been having for a long time, and I have friends that are really good, like Radiant, top Radiant in Europe, and I always see them streaming for me, maybe in Discord when they're playing, and I see the games. After then, I see like not even tier one pro play, and there's a huge difference between even high Radiant and pro. What
Mhm.
do you think it difference between a really good Radiant player that is like a casual and a pro player that is like always grinding and being a professional athlete?
As you said, I think Valorant is really a casual game. It's really casual because I think everyone can get Radiant. Like it's not hard. Like it's easy to get Radiant. I'm not saying this because like okay, like well, imagine I'm pro or etc. Like I'm not saying that it's easy. Like a lot of people, you go to the leaderboard and you see people that they don't have VLR, for example, and everyone right now has VLR. But like you just need to grind, like play the game, learn, watch streams, you get Radiant. But yeah, it's a lot of difference, like playing on Radiant and professional. But in some lobbies on iRadiant, you can get a lot of professionals, and it's really good. But I think it's a really big gap. Yeah, you have the example. You have always like people on Twitter, like professional players, always like whining and crying about the ranks. Oh my god, like what are these noobs I'm taking on
Mhm.
my lobbies? I think like it's normal. Like it's ranked. Like the people, you don't need to get like really pissed off. Like it's ranked. Like you play with people they want to win. So yeah, play for win. Like just have fun. Like grind. Yeah.
Yes, and actually, I want to ask you about how do you think the game is right now? I mean, the developers Riot are always um, changing things, like moving agents. What do you think about the state of the game right now? Do you like it? What changes would you like to do to make it like better?
Uh, I I think the game is really good. The only change maybe I will do first, and I have two changes. First, the new loadout. I don't like it. I don't like it's bad. I don't like it. And second, I really like the older fracture. I don't really like the new one. I think the older fracture was really good, like the best. I think the changes they make, I don't like it.
Do you are a split lover or a split hater? Do you want the split to come back?
Being honest, like I don't know, like it doesn't affect me at all. Like imagine if you ask me, oh, do you have a preferred map? Like I don't have. I don't know. I like to play like everything. Maybe I don't like to play fracture, as I said, but yeah. But if split comes back, okay, it's fine. Let's play split. If Ascent goes like cancel from competitive like split, okay, it's fine. But yeah,
So do you see this map changes and map pool, competitive map pool changes being for better to the game? Do you prefer like they having Pearl instead of Split, or do you would prefer to leave a Split maybe and even with Pearl? Uh, what would you prefer?
I think they make a really good choice, taking like one map out and putting a new map. I think it's a really good choice. I think they will keep doing it because first, I think the people are liking it, and the feedback from the professional players are being good, and I agree with that. And I want to Riot keeps like taking a map off and creating a new one. I think that's really good. Like because you are removing a map that everyone knows how to play it and putting a new one. So you are kind of resetting because you
Yeah.
are putting a new map in the competitive. So everyone needs to learn it again, and that's really good.
And that's the same with adding new agents, right? Because you make new opportunities to make new comps and to try new things, right? Not to stick with the same compositions and
Exactly.
maps and play styles every time. Yeah, that's very nice. And actually, I will have to make a last question because we're almost over. And this is a question that we had from someone in the chat right now. And it is like, what do you think about what do you want for your future? Do I mean you right now you are feeling motivated, you're grinding a lot, you are making you to be a best player every day. But what would you do if I don't know Valorant uh, drops in popularity or something happens? Do you have any plans for the future? What are you trying to study? Like, what are the next steps for Tomaszy continuing in the pro play, or if not continuing the pro play?
Mhm. If I not continue, I think I'll try to follow my dreams, try to chase my dreams outside the game. Maybe taking a good degree in uni. and try to have like work that I enjoy and like it. But I think everyone is open to Valorant grow up, and like right now I'm feeling really motivated because I think things that are like happening really fast
Yeah.
since I started playing Valorant. So I think next year they will like calm down, and I will like be stable in the Valorant scene, and but because I think everyone is like going so fast, like I don't know, getting offers from there, like really fast, and like I was not expecting that. Like it was like a shock for me. It was insane. So
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that you're grinding a lot. You are very young. You are super good, and you will find a team soon. Because actually, Arroz is like not an organization as it is, right? Like it's like five friends, and I mean 6 friends with the coach that are
exactly.
like competing to make the spotlight on you, right? Like, hey, we're here, we're really good, and we're looking for an organization to sign us to compete for, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
mhm.
no, I was saying that we are 6 friends. We are together since the beginning of this year. I mean March, and we are having fun competing, trying to be the best team as we can be, and looking for the perfect organization like to fit us. So it's basically that.
um, what happens if an organization like reach out to you and tell you like, hey, I want you? Like, would you? I mean, I'm pretty sure that if it's the best opportunity for you, you will. But you are like looking for personal growth or group growth.
It depends because like on our team and in Portugal, most of Portuguese players are playing like in Portugal in the Portuguese league in the Portuguese scene. We are like trying to give like like our best like individual and as a team to go to like outside, like to go
International.
to other scenes. Exactly, international. But because, like I got offers to go international, but I couldn't. Some offers because of my school, and others because of my age. And of course, like I got like sad, but it's fine. Like I'm young, I have time. Right now, I want to win everything that I can with my team, and then we see. Maybe we stay together. I hope with a good organization, and maybe we cannot stay together. Is that?
Yeah. Well, it was really a pleasure for me having you. Thank you so much for your
Me too.
time. Um, I don't know if you want to say something to the people that are watching us. Uh,
Firstly, I want to thank you for inviting me, and I really enjoyed it. It's a pleasure being here, and thank you. I liked it like a lot. I enjoyed really. Thank you, and for everyone is watching, don't forget to follow you on your Twitter, Twitch, and keep helping you because you are doing a great job. And just help Arroz if you can, and it's basically that.
yeah, I will be cheering for Arroz like I do, and I am looking forward to buy a jersey because I saw you are
Mm-hmm.
taking jerseys. I would like to get one. I know
Okay.
shipping to Mexico maybe would be interesting, but I hope I can.
We will try. We will try. We will really try. It's like a mini project that we have, but we'll try. We want to have happy fans, so we'll try. Don't worry.
Well, thank you so much. People here in the chat are telling that rifado, that means like you are really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you
You
for your
too.
time. We will be cheering for you. We will be cheering for Arroz. And well, that's all for me. And thank you so much for your time again.
Me too. And thank you again for everything.
Well, see you. Bye bye.